Hola everyone, JB3 here back with another video. As you know, back in 2020, the year we didn't expect, many new rides got delayed due to theme park closures caused by the COVID-19 virus, with some rides still delayed to this day. But even in the midst of the chaos, some theme parks got to open their new attractions in 2020. A good example of this is Seaworld San Antonio in San Antonio, Texas. Despite the pandemic, they actually got to open their new for 2020 attraction, Texas Stingray, a GCI-1 roller coaster. And because they actually got to open their ride in 2020, they're on track to receive another new attraction this year in 2021. And with leaked permits showing not one, but two new attractions, and new construction going on as we speak, it's pretty certain Seaworld San Antonio is looking at a brand new attraction, maybe even a big one this year. So in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly what Seaworld San Antonio is working on, and what type of new ride is coming to the park. Before I start the video though, I would like to say, if you're new here and you like my content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to know when new videos come out on my channel. I'm a little bit under 200 subscribers away to reach 1,000, and it would be insane if I reach 1,000 subscribers. I really came a long way, and it's all thanks to you viewers who subscribe to my channel. And special thanks to all of you who have already been subscribed to my channel. It really means a lot, and I can't say this enough, but thank you. Anyways, let's get into today's video. If you don't already know what's the deal about the news circulating Seaworld San Antonio at the moment, then let me quickly catch you up. Basically, as soon as Texas Stingray opens to the public last year in 2020, construction immediately began for a brand new attraction near the lake in front of Journey to Atlantis. And everyone automatically knew it was a brand new attraction. The reason why is because there was teasers plastered on the wall, with the title "Something Big is Coming" and hashtag Ride the Tide. And after that, everyone started predicting what the new attraction was going to be, based on the size of the plot of land where the construction is going on. You might even remember me making a video about the new ride that's going to be there. But the reason why Seaworld San Antonio is getting more news about their new attraction right now is because permits have recently been leaked showing not one, but two new attractions coming to Seaworld San Antonio in 2021. What are those new attractions? Well, one of them is an S&S Screaming Swing, while the other is a Mack Power Splash. Shocking, right? But the story doesn't end there. In fact, it gets way more interesting. The reason why is because official construction has begun for the ride itself, specifically the S&S Screaming Swing. So what is Seaworld San Antonio getting this year? Well, let me explain. Starting off with the S&S Screaming Swing, we got the permit for this attraction a few months ago. And it wasn't all that surprising, since the S&S Screaming Swing is basically the Larson Loop of the Busch Gardens and Seaworld chain. And as for the size of the plot of land, it's perfect to fit an S&S Screaming Swing, especially since it's near the lake, which means they can actually make it where the ride swings over the water, which would add a really cool effect. And overall, an S&S Screaming Swing would be the perfect addition for Seaworld San Antonio, since they don't have a lot of intense flat rides. At first, it was all speculation, but now with the new construction, we can pretty much confirm that that's the new attraction going there. The reason why I say this is because the footers are obviously not roller coaster footers, and they're in the same position where the supports should go for an S&S Screaming Swing. Plus, the overall location of where the ride could go makes total sense. And since this area is where all the teasers is, with something big is coming and hashtag Ride the Tide, I'll make a bold prediction that the S&S Screaming Swing will have a name related to weather, like storm surge, hurricane, tidal twister, you name it, as long as it's something to do with weather. So to conclude, the brand new attraction I'm definitely sure is going to come to Seaworld San Antonio this year is definitely the S&S Screaming Swing. We've seen permits, and now with this construction, it's pretty much a fact now. But what about the so-called Mack Power Splash that's coming there too? Now this one is a little bit of a puzzle. I say this because Seaworld San Antonio getting a Mack Power Splash is very surprising, especially since they have Journey to Atlantis, which is another Mack water attraction, and two in the same park wouldn't make any sense, especially since the GP will compare the two and call them the same ride, even though they are very different. If they wanted to ride from Mack so bad, they could have gotten an actual coaster, not a water coaster. They could have added any other intense coaster from Mack. And it doesn't even have to be Mack, they could have chose Intimate or Premier. Even a Skyrocket 2 sounds awesome. Plus, the other issue is that this Mack Power Splash won't be the only one in the state. Six Flags Over Texas is also getting a Mack Power Splash, and two in the state would not make any sense. Sure, it would if it was Six Flags Places Texas getting one, and not Seaworld. But when it's different parks, it just doesn't make any sense. It just creates competition. It's better to stay unique and add a better attraction to one-up the other park, not clone them. And finally, after being confirmed that the S&S Screaming Swing is coming to the park, that means the leaks of the permits is true. And because the Mag Power Splash was on there, that means it could actually come to SeaWorld San Antonio. And as for where it could go, I would say the lake. It makes sense there. But again, I would not like this addition, even though the Mag Power Splash is a really cool ride. As of now, there's no construction spotted anywhere in the park that leads clues to the Mag Power Splash. So it might just be a rumor, or they just haven't started building it yet because they're focusing more on the S&S Screaming Swing. And maybe if this ride does open, it'll open in 2022, not 2021. After all, permits never say when a new ride's gonna get built. It's basically just a permission slip to allow the construction of that ride, whether it's in the future or now. So if the Mag Power Splash opened next year, it'll make total sense. But you never know, it could open this year in 2021 also. But as for the ride that's confirmed to come to SeaWorld San Antonio this year, it'll definitely be the S&S Screaming Swing, because construction is going on steady. And if they finish soon, we could see a grand opening later in the year, but you'll just have to stay tuned. Anyways, what do you think? Is the S&S Screaming Swing the perfect fit for SeaWorld San Antonio? And should SeaWorld San Antonio get a Mag Power Splash? Comment down below. I'll keep you updated on any other news with SeaWorld San Antonio and their new attraction for 2021. So definitely hit the notification bell to know when that comes out. Also, I would like to say thank you so much for 800 subscribers. I'm 200 away from 1,000 and I'm really shocked. I've really grown a lot these past months, and I feel very blessed. So again, thank you. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is JV Thrills signing out.